Career change in our 40s can cost us thousands, not because we are incompetent or we're losing our edge, but because during midlife, our decisions have compound. When we are 25 or 30, we are ready to experiment. We're just trying to gather some references. But when we're in our 40s, we have a lot of evidence. We have a lot of proof. We have improved our income. We have built our network. We have built referral. We have a lot of experiences. So when we pivot emotionally, there's a lot of things that are interrupted that goes beyond just changing a job. We're interrupting the compounding decision that we've already built for over 20 years. Momentum in our 40s can be quite challenging and it's so expensive. Perhaps you've noticed that your performance is not as it used to be when you're in your 30s. You notice your energy, your clarity, and your confidence is shifting quite rapidly. So maybe it's not actually about the job itself. Maybe it's not misalignment at all, but maybe it's because you're in your 40s, you're going through perimenopause. When you're going through perimenopause, you start to have the hormonal balance symptoms, which can, frog our or impact the way we actually feel about ourselves or the way we think when we are in our career as well. So it's so important that you slow down. So maybe it's not about the job itself, but maybe it's the income model that you have with that job that doesn't support your lifestyle or your nervous system at the moment. So before you burn it all down, I'd like to invite you to take a pause and ask yourself these questions. Where is your leverage? Where is your leverage in all of this? And also ask yourself, can you redesign your income around your lifestyle instead of you having to restart with the old package? And also checking with yourself, is this a reinvention or is it just a reaction? Ask yourself that question. Answer it deeply. Is this a reinvention or a redesign or a reaction to what's happening to you at the body level? Because menopause is not about, or perimenopause is not about starting over. It's about repositioning yourself with power and confidence. My name is victoriahoney, and I help high-achieving women just like you who are navigating perimenopause with the tools and resources they need to increase their earning capacity so that they can thrive through perimenopause. So on today's video, we're going to talk about why women change their career, how it impacts their income, and how you can pivot strategically. On today's video, we're going to talk about why women change their career, how change can impact their income, and how you can pivot to a new career strategically. So why would women change a career? I have a current client of mine, she works with one of the big five over here. And, she's been in that company for over 25 years. And she started when she was 25 and now she's 50. And all of a sudden she started to realize that maybe she's stuck. Maybe she doesn't even know what it takes to actually pivot to a new career. She feels like she's underpaid. She's burnt out. There's nothing that is inspiring her about her job. So somehow she feels like she's stuck in time, that she needs to change her environment for her to feel like happy or feel like she's important. Right now she's feeling quite invisible, and I believe that she actually feels that maybe she should have been more of a senior role or maybe in the director role, but she just doesn't know how she can step into that container. She doesn't know how to sell herself in a way that they would allow her to promote to that position. She doesn't even know what value she brings to the company. Even though she's worked for the company for over 25 years, she still doesn't know what she brings to the company that is different from her counterparties or her colleagues. And some of them have even gone into becoming the director of the company. So over time, we've been having discussions on what it is that she can do to be able to pivot to a new job. And now that she's in her 50s and she's going through all these hormonal shifts, of course, with all the hormonal infatuation, she's not herself anymore. She doesn't have the full clarity. She doesn't have the confidence. She's feeling like she's an imposter syndrome. She actually doesn't feel confident enough to actually step into the new role that she actually desires. So even if she wants to go to a new job, she still doesn't feel like she has the capacity to be able to show up fully at that job as well. And I have a feeling that if she actually changed job, chances of her getting fired within 6 months is pretty high if she doesn't take care of her body needs and her body needs before she actually goes. Because most of the time, it's not really about the job that we're, the position that we're working in. Sometimes it's really about taking care of our inner world. Because if you're already working for a big five already, there's multiple positions within that company that we can move into. So it's not really about shifting the company. It's about us doing the inner work to be able to step into our negotiating power, to be able to, position our value in the most powerful way so that we can actually, get the income that we truly desire. And when we're talking about businesses, a lot of us started our business quite late. I mean, I started my business 15 years ago. I think I was about 35 at the time. Now I'm going to be turning 50. And I know how I feel right now when it comes to running my business. I used to work with 25 to 30 one-on-one clients, and I can't hold space for that anymore. So now I'm at a stage of my business where I want to make great money, but I want to have a structure around my business where I don't have to work so hard to make more money. And that's why I'm trying to put my intellectual asset on YouTube or on the internet so that I can have clients come to me, people that actually value my work, and then I can be able to charge exactly what I want. So I don't want to be out there like going on social media and doing all the commenting or making all the posts. I don't want to do that because I actually don't feel that is very good for my nervous system right now. I don't have the capacity to market that way. But what I have the capacity for is to share my content, share my knowledge on social media, have the clients come on, and then only have the client that actually desire to be enrolled in the container that I've actually created, because I have a high-end container. So it's so important for us to evaluate how we're feeling at the body level first, instead of us pivoting, out of fear, thinking that we're not in the right place. It's not about that. It's about us repackaging ourselves in a way that we can charge what we want, or we can negotiate a better position, or we can negotiate a better salary, and also work in a way that is in rhythm with our own system. And I'm not really saying that we shouldn't pivot or change our career. What I'm trying to say here is, before we even change, we need to do the inner work first. It's important that we actually check in with ourselves, because if we don't do the inner work first and just pivot thinking that everything is going to work out there, it's not going to work out. Because when we're in our 40s, there's so many things that are going on. I mean, we have the hormonal shift, we have the cognitive overload. Some of us have family responsibility. We have financial risks that we can't take as well. And this can impact our performance. It can impact the way we are relating to the people at work. It can impact our nervous system, the way we think about ourselves, the way we show up, the way we add value over there. And when it causes stress at the body level, that's when we're going to start to have all these, diseases that are going to be creeping up in our body. So it's so important that we separate, trying the job and perimenopausal symptoms. It's so important that we separate it, because when we take care of our body, we'll have more clarity around the job itself. And then we can now start to decide, maybe we need to repackage ourselves so that we can ask for promotion or negotiate a new salary, or repackage our offering so that we can work less and make more money. That could be another direction as well. But when we take care of our body, we take care of our mind, we have more clarity around that, then we can make a better decision. Instead of us making a decision from a place of fear, we're making a strategic decision that can help us thrive through perimenopause. And when we're trying to operate, or we're trying to get a job at a senior level, we're talking about being a senior manager or being a director, or we're trying to step into a higher level in our business, basically, it's not about, our job is not about being busy. That's not what it is. It's about making, fast decision. It's about making, strategic thinking. It's about really stepping into bold rooms, being in the rooms that command respect, that move things forward. And we need a lot of energy for that. It's about creating an influence to our team, to our company, making an influence, getting more clients, being the brand of your business. So it takes a lot more energy, and we can't be exhausted. We can't be hiding out. We can't be tired. So it's not about, as I said, it's not changing it. When you want to change your job, it's not about the job itself. It's really about doing the work itself, because that's how we're going to show up with all the energy. That's how we're going to show up fully confident. That's how we're going to show up with all our brilliance and not feeling like everything is going to fall apart. Because when we feel like everything is going to fall apart, I believe that, yes, it's going to fall apart, because whatever belief we have around it, we're going to have the actions with that. We're going to take the action towards it falling apart. We're not going to take the action that helps us to move forward. And then and the result would be failure. And, and sometimes we change jobs and it just works out quite well. But then maybe after a couple of months, maybe 6 months, they just decided not to renew you. And then you're now left in this dilemma where you don't know how to find a new job, or you might have to get a pay cut somewhere else, because no one wants to hire you. You're in your 40s already, and most people are now hiring people in their 30s. They don't want to pay you the accumulative income that you've managed to generate over 20 years. And then this will start to impact your pension contribution, your investment accumulation, your wealth accumulation, your network. And then this causes a lot of stress as well. That's why I'm always asking people that are in their 40s, before you pivot, it's so important that you check in. Is this an emotional shift that I'm trying to make? Or can I work with my body so that I can have more clarity around the change that I'm trying to make? Because if you shift to a new job and you still have the symptoms of the body, you're not operating at your best, chances of you losing that job is pretty high, or chances of you feeling insecure at that job is pretty high, and causing a lot of stress as well. And when you now lose that job, you're now going to be in a different financial dilemma, which I don't want you to be in. So here are 3 types of career change that a lot of people, or career exit that a lot of people in their 40s tend to get into. So the first one is called emotional exit. This is the one where you feel burnout, you feel exhausted, you've been in the job, but the job is really draining you. You have clarity around it. Now you know that, O is not a perimenopausal symptom that is impacting your performance, but the job itself is not in alignment to who you are right now at the body level. You can sense it. You feel like, the job is taking too much of your time. You're having to use a lot of brain power or a lot of body power. You're having to use a lot of that. So you're feeling exhausted. You're feeling like the work that you're doing is not fulfilling for you anymore. You want to be able to contribute at a bigger way. You want to make a bigger impact. You feel like your brain is not used to its full capacity. You feel like you're not contributed to the company in the best way possible. You feel like you have a better dream or a bigger dream for yourself, but that company doesn't have a position for you anymore. So that's the one that I would have said is called an emotional exit. So you're leaving the company because it's not right for you. You know that it's not right for you because you now have clarity around it. You've separated the perimenopausal symptom to the company's value or whatever it is that you're doing with the company. You separated it and you know that this is not what's going to give you the life that you truly want. This is not the job that you want to be in the next 20 years. You want to do something new. So this is what I call emotional exit. And at least you have clarity around this. So when you exit from this point, it's much better than us leaving because we're feeling like that job is not for us from a place of in clarity. So having clarity makes the exit more powerful than not having clarity. The second one is called the strategic reposition. And this is where you actually know the value that you bring to a company. So you're repackaging your value and then you're offering it to a new company with confidence. You know that you can add value to the company. You know that you can help the company grow. You feel like that you can it's the place that you'll be able to use all your brilliance. You know that it's something that would also challenge you as well. And this kind of exit is more like it would impact your income ceiling. So maybe you're getting a better pay, you're being promoted, you are increasing more visibility, you're stepping into bolder rooms. So this is more of a strategic way of changing. And this will be the best way that I would advise anyone that is in a 9 to 5 job to reposition themselves. So instead of you exiting from an emotional state without the clarity of you're going through perimenopause, this is about you exiting with clarity of the value you can take to another company. Because when you are more clear about the value you can bring in, you're not going to feel like you're not good enough. You're not going to feel insecure. You're not going to feel that you're not going to perform. Even if you might feel all these things, because all of us, we all feel like that when we're starting something new, it's not going to derail you. It's not going to kick you out of the game because you know that you can fix it. You know that you can learn. You know that you can work with it, than it being that you're not clear around the things that you're bringing into the company. So this would be the best way to leave a company, is to have a strategic positioning around the value that you bring to a company. And this allows you to really increase your bottom line, and it allows you to increase your pension, add more money to your investment, and also add more money to your network as well. And the last one would be income redesign. This is where you decide to go on solo by yourself. Maybe you start your own business and you've repackage your intellectual assets into a product that you can sell to another company. Maybe you've packaged it as an intellectual asset that you can sell and give to them to use within their company. Maybe you can start a coaching business like me, where I am supporting women going through perimenopause, helping them with tools and resources to help them increase their earning capacity. Maybe you can offer a service online, maybe you can start an account, whatever it is that you feel like you can package. So and package and sell to get more money. So this is about you redesigning your income model in a way that conserve your energy, in a way that helps with build your lifestyle, the lifestyle you truly want. That's another exit as well. It takes a lot of time to be able to build that. As long as you have clarity around your wisdom, what you can bring, whatever the result that you deliver to clients or the type of people that you work with, you have a clarity around that niche, then that would also help you to repackage it. And that's one of the work that I do, is I help you have more clarity around your intellectual assets. Then we package it in a way that your audience will be able to pay for it. And then we go ahead and start a business that we allow ourselves to bring more money into our businesses as well. So that's something that I'm more specialized in as well. So that's another exit. It's about redesigning your income around your intellectual asset. And that's the best way to go, but it does take some time, take some support, and also take some courage and confidence to be able to exit with that strategy. So before you exit any career, I'd like to invite you to ask yourself these questions from the lens of performance and from the lens of income. So important that you ask these questions. So from the lens of performance, ask yourself, will this increase or reduce my authority? Or will this make me more visible? Will it allow me to step into bolder, bigger rooms? Or will my cognitive strength hold me through? It's so important that you ask yourself that before you exit your career. And then the next second lens, which is the income lens, I want you to ask yourself, will this increase my earning ceiling? Will this increase my earning ceiling? The second one, will this be scalable? Will this be scalable? The income that you're trying to get, will this be scalable? And then ask yourself the last question, how will this grow in the next 5 years? So important, because we're not talking about taking a position that will be stagnant. We're talking about going into a position that the income rises every year possible, but at least 5 years, you need to see an evolution in the growth of your income. Because perimenopause is not about us, starting over. It's literally about us increasing our income, about building more wealth and allowing ourselves to create wealth that allows us to create more freedom. It's so important that we have more clarity around this, than us changing our jobs and then being a slave to a new job as well. This is the time for us to be more strategic around our bottom line, around our income, around our wealth. Because when you're making changes, that should be on the top of our list. Not only about just changing a job because of exhaustion, it's about redesigning our income in a way that is truly, truly supportive of our lifestyle at this stage of our lives. So I hope this video is helpful. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My name is Victoria Honey. This channel is all about doing daily videos to support impactful women just like you that are going through perimenopause, with the tools and resources to help you thrive through perimenopause and protect your income capacity. So if you love videos like this, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Also watch one of these videos here. These are the videos that I'm creating to teach you what you need to do to increase your capacities. Go ahead and watch those videos as well, and subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you on my next video.